It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early and it is a fantastic Friday, and it's fantastic because you're up with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, wishing a happy Friday to you.
The week is drawing to an end, everybody. I hope you had a productive week. You ticked off all of those to-dos on your list, and you're looking forward to either a relaxing or an exciting weekend. How was your week?
It was a great week. It was full of hard work, but it was great, really rewarding, very satisfying.
Yeah, it is satisfying to do good work, to do hard work, and look at yourself and be proud, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, today is World Tourism Day, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is World Tourism Day. So shout out to all the tourists out there, both domestic and international. We're going to have a nice segment today with the Deputy Prime Minister. But shout out to all the tourists. You know who our first tourist was?
Who?
Christopher Columbus. He is the first accidental tourist to land on our
Fair.
shores. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we would tell him to come again.
No, we don't
but,
want them
you
type.
know.
We don't want those type anymore. But we're going to have a great show for you today. Thanks for being up. Today is World Tourism Day, as I mentioned, and Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, is here to talk with us all about that and the importance of tourism to the Bahamas. We'll also talk with Shakespeare in Paradise about what's going on in this year's festival.
I love Shakespeare in Paradise. We'll also talk to the National Emissions Registry of the Office of the Prime Minister about the new climate crisis initiatives that are coming on stream. And the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training is back to talk about enrichment activities for students in Abaco. But before all that, we're going to check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you, Gabrielle. And your first look at weather at sunrise. Lingering rain bands and some strong winds will persist across the northern region, as Grand Bahama, Bimini, Abaco, through today. High pressure will continue to build across the other islands. So today, you're looking at variable cloudiness, breezy, very warm, with a few scattered showers, with isolated thunderstorms over the northwestern islands. Partly sunny, very warm over the central and southeastern islands. High temperature in the northern islands, 89, over the central southeastern islands, 91. Tonight, variable cloudy with a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm over the extreme northwest Bahamas, again, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini, few clouds, and warm over the remainder of the islands. You look going at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 89, 80. In Jamaica, 91 and 80. In Trinidad, 92 and 79. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 89 and 78. Across North America, Atlanta, 78 and 64. In Boston, 69 and 51. In Miami, 89 and 79. Dallas, Texas, 82 and 64. And Toronto, Canada, 71 and 58. As you go to the weekend, the weather improves across all the islands. High pressure is good across the islands. So we're looking at partly sunny skies, very warm, with a shower through possible over the extreme northwest Bahama on Saturday. Low temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That's what you're up. First look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thank you, Godfrey. Today, September 27th, is designated as World Tourism Day by the United Nations World Tourism Organization. This year's theme is Tourism and Peace. And here to discuss this with us is Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes, we're up dead early. I know this is a typical day for you. You're up from the crack of dawn. But we're talking about tourism. It's World Tourism Day. It's the #1 economic driver in the country. So what does that mean to us as Bahamians?
We've long talked about tourism as the economic driver, as the source of jobs and opportunity and the overall economy. 65% of the overall economy, 65 cents out of every dollar comes from tourism. We're refocusing this year as we celebrate World Tourism Day to talk about tourism as a proponent of peace. People travel around the world, they become ambassadors for different countries, they get to explore and understand different cultures and different heritage and different people. And this is the significance of this theme, to celebrate tourism as a driver for peace around the world. This year we're attracting 1 million tourists a month, which we expect will end the year around 12 million, which exceeds last year's 10 million record. And therefore, we are playing a key role, not just in the region, but around the world in the tourism industry. We're small, but we're punching hard, and we're respected in the world as a tourism leader. And therefore, we play a prominent role, not just in the region, but also in the UN WTO itself.
How does tourism play into our national identity as Bahamians?
Well, first of all, what we're doing this week is to ensure that we carry the message to all of the schools. We're visiting more than 70 schools in more than 10 islands, spreading the message of the significance of tourism. We have talked a lot about tourism being everybody's business, but we want to ensure that we are starting this conversation at a very early age. So today I'm speaking with fourth graders in Exuma, telling them about the significance of tourism, how important it is to our country, not just for the economy, not just for growth that you hear the Minister of Finance talking about, not just for employment and reducing unemployment levels to the lowest that we have seen in some time, as you may hear the Minister of Labor talking about. But it's an opportunity really for us to show the world who we are, to show our heart, to show our culture, our heritage, and to send the message around the world that the Bahamas is a great little country with a very progressive people with good infrastructure that's really driving the growth from tourism, and tourism being a driver not just of the jobs and opportunities, but of innovation and technology as well. So we are creating ambassadors for the Bahamas in a very authentic way.
You mentioned the Bahamas punching above its weight. When the world hears the Bahamas on the tourism stage, what do they think of? What's our brand of tourism?
We have a very, very strong brand around the world. Tourism professionals have done a great job over the years at strengthening the brand in the world as a place that's peaceful, with great hospitality. Of course, the sheer beauty of our islands. People talk a lot about our sand, a lot about our waters, a lot about the warmth of our people. But sometimes people come and they are a little surprised as to how developed the Bahamas is. So in Nassau, Paradise Island, they talk about the casinos and the restaurants and the big brands like Rosewood and SLS and Atlantis and others, but they still celebrate the small destinations in the Bahamas like Rum Cay and Inagua, and they talk a lot about ecotourism, the environment, the wildlife in Inagua or Long Cay, or the fishing in Crooked Island or Auckland. We are an extremely blessed people, but mainly they talk about the warmth and the people-to-people experiences and the great times that they have in the Bahamas. Importantly though, tourism is also a vehicle for investments. 60% of tourists come back to the Bahamas. We're increasing that number, and many of them actually invest. Of the $10 billion that we have invested over the last few years in foreign direct investments, I'd imagine many of those people came to Bahamas the first time as tourists. So we're playing a critical role in driving the economy, in creating employment, in driving technology and innovation, but also supporting the culture and heritage of our country and lifting up the very fabric of who we are.
I'd like for you to drive home the point of how tourism and our international travelers and the industry, how it builds our communities. You mentioned the Family Islands, you mentioned the Inaguas and the Rumkeys, but just drive home how tourism connects to building communities.
I like to talk about the guests I met in Rollville, Exuma, a small, authentic settlement where most of the land is commonage. There's no big hotels and development, but vacation rentals is the thing. And people go in, they spend time within the community. They truly understand an authentic Bahamian environment. We call it community-based tourism, but all they want to do is go to the mom and pop shop. They want to talk to Ms. Roll about old times. They want to catch a little bit of sailing if they're lucky during regatta time. These are the things that people truly love to do and see and feel. They can go and lay on a beach. Many places in the world, they can go sailing and boating in waters not as nice as ours, but they do that elsewhere sometimes. The one thing that they talk about most is the people-to-people experience, and we've had a program in the Ministry of Tourism now for decades, really connecting people to locals when they come, so they can truly get the authentic experience of our communities.
Yeah, once they taste Miss Roll freshly baked bread, or they taste some stew kung fresh off the pot, they got to come back for more.
Absolutely.
So on this World Tourism Day, what do you want to say to the people that work in the industry here in the country, those who've helped to build it, those who wake up every day and they work in the industry? What do you want to say to them?
We created a campaign called Tourism is Everyone's Business. This is not just a campaign. We live this every day. 65 cents out of every dollar in your pocket right now came from tourism. That emphasizes the significance of the industry, the importance of all of us to show respect and kindness to each other, to take care of our environment, and when we deal with tourists in particular, understand that they are our customer and they are our friends and they are contributing significantly. And therefore it is critical that we all embrace the opportunities that the industry bring to our country, seize opportunities created by organizations like the Tourism Development Corporation that's designed for the empowerment of more people in the tourism industry. But importantly, remember that each of us has got a role to play in the enhancement and the development of our major industry in the Bahamas. It's really how we live, it's who we are, and it's how we create empowerment, how we send our children to college and create a better way of life for all of us.
Very well said. Celebrating tourism on this World Tourism Day. Deputy Prime Minister, we thank you for being here. I know you're busy. You're probably off jet setting to Exuma.
I'm going to Exuma.
Off to Exuma. The best place in the world, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. Thank you for joining us this morning. Safe travels. And
thank you very much.
We look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Say hi to all the tourists today. Be nice to all the tourists. It's World Tourism Day. We'll be right back.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
I think we should open a bank account for Bradley.
Why? We already have enough bank accounts.
Well, with the boy of age now, he should start learning how to protect his own money.
Protection. At a bank? We can protect our money right in our house.
Mommy, banks have deposit insurance. It'll protect all of your deposits if a bank fails, all the way up to $50,000.
We have deposit insurance?
Yes, by simply opening an account with a bank or credit union that's a member of the Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if the bank or credit union fails, right? But don't worry. Payouts to depositors will be made promptly.
Insurance is important, and your Bahamian dollar deposits are protected by the Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Okay. Let's go open that account.
To learn more, visit our website at www.dic.bs for more information.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Thanks, Michelle.
Hey, congratulations on your new promotion.
Even I was surprised.
What are you going to do with that new windfall of yours?
You mean like investing in stocks and bonds?
Yes, you might want to consider investing in mutual funds. Money's a pool to invest in financial assets that fit your investment profile. Start your journey to financial freedom.
How do you know all this? What's Leno?
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Join us for Exuma Business Outlook, October 17th at Grand Isle Resort. Find out what is driving positive change for the future of Exuma. Keynote speaker MP for Exuma and Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper. Engage with panelists and presenters on better outcomes for the economy, business development, sustainable infrastructure, airports and airlift, technology, and more. Register today at tclevents.com.
Welcome back. Theater Festival Shakespeare in Paradise is underway with 5 productions happening over the next 3 weeks. Here to tell us more are Leah Forbes, Short Tales director in Shakespeare in Paradise, E.J. Francis, actor in Short Tales, Ralphie's Regiment, as well as Dr. Tina Mims, who's also an actor in Shakespeare in Paradise. Good morning to you all, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning. Great to be here.
Yeah, so this is an exciting segment for me. I actually absolutely love Shakespeare in Paradise. I love the combination of course, the actual Shakespeare pieces, as well as getting to see the short tales that our Bahamian writers and directors put together. So I'm very excited about this morning.
Nice.
So we'll start with you, Leah. What are the productions that we have to look forward to?
Okay, so generally overall during the festival, 5 productions. We have Short Tales, we have Ralphie's Regiment, we have Hamlet, the traditional Shakespearean Hamlet, which is exciting for us. We also have December, and we have Nassau Rock, which is an animated film.
Oh, wow.
So very diverse grouping of plays.
So tell us about Shakespeare's, or the actual piece of Shakespeare, which is Hamlet 50/50.
Okay, so Hamlet features, we have, veteran actors. We have Patrice Francis, who is a writer, a popular Bahamian writer. She would have worked on Junkanoo in Paradise at Atlantis Theater. And then we have Sean Nottage, who are both the leads in that play. We have a host of young actors as well who are part of that. We have Tide, and actually 3 of the actors would have gone abroad in Prague and worked on Shakespearean productions there. So they have international experience, as well as Sarah Burnett, their director. And so that's why I'm saying you guys are getting the authentic Hamlet when you see that show. Of course, the Bahamian context, but
you brought out the dream team.
Yes.
And I do love that. I love the way that you kind of reimagine, whether it's the costumes or the props or the set, however it is that you take that classic Shakespeare and put it into a Bahamian context. EJ, what are the characters that you are playing in Ralphie's Regiment and Short Tales?
For Short Tales, I am a police officer and a protocol officer. So yeah, the cast people just thought I'd make a good officer this year. And then for Ralphie's Regiment, I'll be playing King Henry, Romeo, and Petruchio. So 3 leading men in Shakespeare plays brought together in this one play that's mostly about the women of Shakespeare that don't really get they feel like they don't get the just due or the recognition that they feel they should. Shakespeare being a man who panders mostly to his male cast.
Okay, I do believe I saw that one, and I do believe I was thoroughly entertained. Dr. Tina, tell us about your character that you're playing.
Well, I'm actually playing 3 characters in Short Tales, okay? So I play Magnolia Johnson in Fat Cat. I also play Celie, who is a slave, in one of the plays as well. So we have kind of like a period piece going on. And I also played one of the women who was one of the founding members of the Bahamas women's suffrage movement, and her name was Mary Ingram.
So we have, I feel like we're ranging. We have the comedy. We have.
Very
I think I
diverse.
saw something
Very
on the
diverse.
billing about a sci-fi kind of bringing it back and forth, and then we're talking about the women's suffrage movement, which is such an important subject.
Indeed.
So Short Tales has 10 plays altogether, and so it is arranged. There's something for everyone. We have the drama, we have the suspense, we have the comedies. The comedies are pretty good this year, really heavy. We have the historical education pieces, and so we really want to encourage persons to come out and enjoy the wide range of plays. We have December, which follows 2 couples and their journey through life. They travel, they're having their conversation as a settled couple, so that fits in a little later on in the festival, but it's a great play. And then also you mentioned Ralphie's Regiment. So Ralphie's Barbershop is about a traditional barbershop in the Bahamas, and lots of revelations happen. A mix of men. It's almost like everybody's giving their own testimonials and following the different lives of different Bahamian men from different areas. So it's really good.
Yeah, I'm finding the urge to give it away because I did get to watch the
Rosie?
Barbershop,
Yes.
and I will say this much: I was in tears by the end of it. It was really hilarious. I didn't know where it was going, but it was a moving production. Talk a little bit more about the play that you're directing this year.
So I don't know if I can say that word on TV, but anyway, the play that I'm directing is called FN. So Tina is in my cast.
Okay.
Yes. And we also have a trio. What's Trey's last name? Anyway, Bahamian Trey.
Bahamian Trey.
Okay. We have Bahamian Trey, and then we have Charles Alcantara in that play. So it follows a slave and her master, and then we have Bahamian Trey, who acts as a Bahamian male from the future. And so he comes in and they show this cross section between what life is like back in that day versus today, and they notice that there's not that many differences between then and now. And they put a comical spin on that, so we really enjoy that play.
Oh, that
Yeah.
it sounds very intriguing. EJ, what do you love about Shakespeare in Paradise?
Oh, I love the community of it. I love being able to interact with people like me, creatives, whether it be directors, actors, musicians, writers, producers, that creators. It's just a very wonderful community to be a part of. Everyone's so talented, everyone's so willing to work with one another, and it's just a fun experience. Even if you were just a patron of the arts and just come to watch, it's a great environment for everyone, and there's something for everyone to enjoy in the festival.
Dr. Tina, and I say Dr. Tina on purpose because obviously as a doctor, it's not like you're looking for things to do with your time or looking for things to do to pass the time. At least to my understanding, it's a very demanding job and a very demanding schedule. But being a part of Shakespeare in Paradise is also very demanding, very time consuming. Why is this something that you're so passionate about?
Well, I've always been passionate about the arts. And you're quite right. Medicine is quite almost all-encompassing, it feels. But I believe that you should have some balance in work-life balance. And this is my work-life balance. I don't look at it as work, although I treat it as work because it's the arts, but it's a profession in itself. And it's demanding and it's stimulating at the same time. And so the reason why and this is my first year, and I will be returning.
There we go.
Awesome.
The reason why I joined is because I've always been interested in theater, and theater is for everyone. I want to share that theater is for everyone. It's not just for the artsy type, so to speak. It's for people to use all of their gifts and talents, be it from acting or being stagehanding, directing, singing. It's something, because that's my background. My background is singing. And I've never thought before that I could foray into acting, but I said, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to give it a shot, I'm going to audition. And I ended up in 3 plays, within Short Tales. And so I said, I will say it again, theater is for everyone. There's something for everyone to receive, and there's something for everyone to get involved in. So I would actually advise anyone who is interested in being a part of the Shakespeare in Paradise Festival to audition next time, that's next year, okay? Because, and there's also on-the-site training. I would say that. Lots of guidance, lots of guidance from the directors, from Dr. Bethel. It's been a great experience, and I'll definitely do it again. But this is my joy. This is how I express myself, and so I really love it.
I love this for you all, and I love it for me because I love Shakespeare in Paradise. Let everybody know what times and dates are available.
So we began on the 23rd of September and we're running until the 13th of October. There is literally something happening at the Dundas every day. So we're using the Dundas Black Box. Unfortunately, our main theater is still in need of repair. So a little plug, if anybody would like to donate, you can go to our website. And with this being our 16th, our Sweet 16 for the festival, we really wanted to have something happening and literally every day except, we do have Sundays too. We do have Sundays too. So literally every single day you can come, call the box office. I have to pass that number on to you guys. Call the box office, visit our website. Tickets are available online as well. And we have an Instagram. So check us out on our Instagram where you can get information on all of the plays, the actors. We also have a giveaway going on right now. Today is the last day, so persons can join our Instagram and join in on that giveaway. Once you like the post and follow our page, tag 3 people, you can be entered to win 2 tickets.
Okay, I'm going to hurry up and do that during the commercial break. I just want to say kudos to you. Again, I believe in Shakespeare in Paradise. I'm so glad to see you all keep going. Hopefully next year we'll be back in the main theater in all its glory, but until then, I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the Black Box, and looking forward to seeing you all in the Black Box.
8 p.m.
Thank you all for joining us this
8
morning.
p.m. tonight is Short Tales.
You're welcome.
Yes.
All right, 8 p.m. as soon as tonight.
Yeah.
check out Shakespeare in Paradise. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Focall Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focall is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focall's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focall, fueling growth for people.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are here on a fantastic Friday, and it's fantastic because you stuck with us on the Submit Show. And I'm Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, hoping that you are still having a happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. I enjoyed the first half of that show. Shakespeare in Paradise. That's like a standard in the calendar year.
Oh yeah.
For the theater calendar. When you got Shakespeare in Paradise, and you got Food Fest is coming up, and the year is why not? It's almost Christmas.
Yeah, it's the best. Honestly, I think this quarter is probably the best quarter of the year by way of fun things to do.
Yeah.
We kind of kicked it. Well, I mean, it's not in this quarter, but we kicked it off with Paradise Plates, and now we're looking forward to Shakespeare in Paradise, which is something that I count down to every year. So really, you want to go out there. You want to support our Bahamian talent. It's really something different for you to experience, and just seeing the range of the kinds of stories that people write in the short tales, as well as getting to experience that actual Shakespeare in a Bahamian context. There's nothing like it. Definitely want to go.
Don't worry about Broadway. Worry about our way, and go and check out Shakespeare in Paradise. Lots of talented people there. We've got more coming up in our second half. We're going to talk with the National Emissions Registry about what's going on with climate change and what we can do to reduce our carbon footprint.
And the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training will be joining us from Abaco to talk about enrichment activities for students. But before all that, we're going to take our second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Hey family, step into sophistication at
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Good morning, Bahamas. Yes, second look at the weather at sunrise. We take a trip around the tropics and quite busy this morning. We have Tropical Storm Helene, and at 5 a.m. this morning was located at latitude 38.8 degrees north, longitude 83.2 degrees west, some 40 miles east of Macon, Georgia. Helene is moving towards the north at 30 miles per hour, so we're going to knock down to 70 miles per hour. Further weakening is expected. And then we have Hurricane Isaac. At 5 a.m. this morning, is located at latitude 37.0 degrees north, longitude 48.5 degrees west, from 980 miles east-northeast of Bermuda, moving towards the east at 12 miles per hour, winds are now 75 miles per hour. Then we have an area of low pressure, about 1,000 miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. This system could become tropical depression over the next couple of days, has a 90% chance of tropical cyclone formation. And then we have an area of low pressure that could form over the Western Caribbean Sea. By midweek, this system now low on a 20% chance of development. On the local scene, we have lingering rain bands from Helene with strong winds that persist across the northern region, Bimini, Grand Bahama, Abaco today. High pressure will continue to build across all the islands by Saturday. In the marine forecast today, winds southerly at 15-20 knots, seas 47 feet, with high gusts over the northwest Bahamas. Southeast to south at 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturdays, winds south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet or extreme northwest Bahamas, light and variable seas 1 to 3 feet for the remainder of the islands. And then on Sunday, those winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet northwest Bahamas, continue light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet for the central and southeastern islands. Yet tides. You can expect a low tide at 10:42 this morning. Next high tide is 5:07 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 11:38. Sunset 6:58 this evening. Rising by 7:01. UVN next 8. Your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase last quarter. Your external look, high pressure bills across the islands. So you can expect partly sunny skies. A little breezy over the extreme northwest Bahamas through the night. Still hot and humid for the remainder of the week. Cover increasing cloudy by midweek as we look at a low pressure may move near the islands. So temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s at daytime. At nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts her up here for look as well as sunrise. I'm back to Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. There is an urgent need for global climate action, particularly focusing on small island developing states like the Bahamas. Here to talk with us from the National Emissions Registry to discuss initiatives aimed at such are Larissa Cartwright. She is the National Emissions Registrar. And we have Chanel Hamilton. She is a Senior Emissions Officer. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. So the National Emissions Registry, what is that?
So the National Emissions Registry was birthed out of the Climate Change and Carbon Markets Initiative Act, which was enacted in 2022. And one of the main functions of the registry is to ensure that emission reduction initiatives and incentives are recorded within a digital registry, which we will launch very shortly. And so we understand that the Bahamas does not contribute largely to climate change. However, we're very vulnerable to climate change. And so this means that we have to take some steps. The Bahamas has set a national target of reducing emissions by 30% by the year 2030, as well as ramping up our ability to provide renewable energy technology throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas by 30% by 2030. Right. And so we are excited to talk about initiatives that can help Bahamians just set themselves on a right trajectory as the Bahamas, as the government of the Bahamas looks to set ourselves to be more energy secure.
So when we talk about emissions, let's say I don't know anything. What are emissions and what are some of these initiatives that are trying to reduce those?
So emissions are the gases that are released into the atmosphere as a result of our use of vehicles, our electricity at home, all of that counts as emissions. And so in an effort to support the reduction of emissions, we have 3 programs that we are in the process of rolling out. The first being an energy labeling program to understand and to help the public understand what are those energy efficient appliances. Is my air conditioner energy efficient, or is that what is causing so many emissions to go into the atmosphere? Is that what is driving up my energy bill? Could I switch to a more energy efficient AC? And so providing those labels and providing the public with an awareness of how they can support the effort in the Bahamas to reduce emissions. And so that's the first program. The second program is partnering with financial institutions to provide small, medium, and large businesses as well as residences with access to funding for being able to purchase those energy efficient appliances and to bring down that barrier of upfront costs. We know that these appliances are expensive. We know that they can be burdensome on the public at times when we are saying, hey, switch to energy efficient appliances, but we're not providing them with an opportunity to be able to do so, and we're not opening the door for them to be able to do so. So in addition to labeling, providing that financing as well. And the third program would be a reduction on duty for infrastructure and for technology that would support renewable energy industry in the Bahamas. So rather than having to import those solar panels, being able to produce them here in the Bahamas, rather than having to import those solar water heaters, being able to say, hey, company that is interested in this, you can have a reduced duty to bring in the infrastructure to be able to make it right here at home. And so those are 3 programs that we're working on right now so that we can reduce emissions and really support the Bahamas in the efforts that we laid out in our documents and in our Climate Change and Carbon Markets Initiative Act.
Seems pretty comprehensive. I like the funding initiative because I want to get all of these energy efficient equipment, and if I have a business that needs a lot of equipment, that's very helpful. So how does this translate into day-to-day life for everyday Bahamians? How do we get through to educating ourselves about what emissions are and how we could actually contribute?
Exactly. So we hear about climate change all the time. We know right now in Florida that they're under a hurricane right now that's causing them a lot of stress. And so we're no strangers to that. The Bahamas is in an Atlantic hurricane belt. And so everyone's hearing about the impacts of climate change. How can we contribute to reducing or mitigating those impacts? One of the things that we know Bahamians are very concerned about is ensuring that when there is a hurricane, how can they get themselves to transition back online very quickly, right? So we understand that we have to move past the generators, right? So how can we have some type of energy security? You need to be able to look past having just BPL as your main source. Fossil fuels are a big contributor to what we're facing. So let's look at renewable energy technology. Let's look at solar panels, right? We also know that it's important for us to have this conversation. It's important for Bahamians to understand what can we do and what can we contribute to in terms of lessening our own carbon footprint. And so we're in the National Emissions Registry, we're very keen on public education. We've met with stakeholders from BPL to stakeholders within the hotel industry to see how we can partner with them to make their footprints less and also to have that more uptake of renewable energy technology as well as energy efficiency appliances.
Because we are a small country and our footprint is minuscule compared to some of the larger nations. It seems like we're kind of setting the example, right? And we have to talk the talk and walk the talk.
Exactly.
I hope that made sense, right? So what's next when it comes to the rollout of these initiatives?
So what's next is really working together with our team as well as reaching out to those stakeholders, as we said, to begin that public awareness, to begin that education, and then beginning the implementation process on aspects such as the labeling, on aspects such as partnering with those financial institutions to understand what's possible with accessing financing, and then working together, of course, to create those duty reductions. So really continuing the conversation and continuing the partnerships that we've already been building on so that we can actually begin to implement those aspects and reduce emissions in the country.
I am curious, what is our largest source of emissions?
The energy sector and transport sector. And so we're looking as well as to see how we can retrofit buses to ensure that we can again have less dependency on fossil fuels and have EV buses for our transportation sector. So we have a lot of work to do.
The days of inhaling black bus smoke are almost gone.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Anything you want to say just in general to folks out there who want to find out more information about the National Emissions Registry or some of the initiatives or projects that you have going on?
Right, so the National Emissions Registry is located in the Office of the Prime Minister, and so if you want to reach out to us, please feel free to call. We also are on the cusp of launching a registry, an online registry where you can interact, persons can interact with us, reporting entities can interact with us, or if you just have a question, feel free to interact with us via our platform. And so stay tuned for that. That is to be launched very shortly, and so we look forward to having further engagement with small, medium, and large stakeholders.
Yeah. And continue to do the good work that you're doing. I know there's a lot happening in the climate space. We've got COP coming up.
COP is coming up. Right. COP is coming up.
How does your work translate into what happens at COP?
So one of the main functions of the registry is to ensure that we are preparing ourselves to enter into a new climate finance vehicle, which is called the carbon market. So persons have been familiar with that. And so under the UNFCCC, or the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, there under the Paris Agreement as well, Article 6 speaks to carbon markets. And so the Bahamas is very keen on following what the UN is doing in that space. And so we will be sure to have representation. during COP29.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Seems like we're in good hands.
Yes.
We got the National Emissions Registry helping us lower our footprint and setting an example to the world. Saying, look here, we small, but we're doing what we're supposed
Exactly.
to. You need to do what you're supposed to, and maybe we can curb this thing because we're already above 1.5, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I'd like to
That's
thank you
out of
both for
sight.
being here this morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. I learned so much. Look forward to all of those initiatives rolling out and for us to tackle climate change the best way we can.
Thank
you so much
Mark.
for being here.
Thank you.
You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back. All right, good ladies.
Things. Blue thing. All things. Things that are small. Things that are grand. Things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The Your device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Hey family, step into sophistication at Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. There you find a wide array of colorful, elegant fashion for ladies. Shop brand name clothing and shoes such as McDougall, Badgley Mishka, Sam Elderman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jessica Simpson. We've got you covered for the office, date night, red carpet events, and more. Also check out our stunning accessories. That's Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The Your device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Join us for Exuma Business Outlook, October 17th at Grand Isle Resort. Find out what is driving positive change for the future of Exuma. Keynote speaker MP for Exuma and Deputy Prime Minister I. Jester Cooper. Engage with panelists and presenters on better outcomes for the economy, business development, sustainable infrastructure, airports and airlift, technology, and more. Register today at tclevents.com.
Welcome back. The Department of Education remains dedicated to the development of the whole child. The department has fostered and supported partnerships with community partners, stakeholders, and civic organizations to provide enrichment activities for students at all grade levels. With us today from Abaco are Mr. Chester Cooper, District Superintendent of Abaco and the Keys, along with some administrators and students of the Patrick J. Bethel High School and Central Abaco Primary School to discuss the impact of clubs on schools and students. Good morning to you all, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm sure it's a great morning to be in Abaco today. Love Abaco. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Cooper. How has Abaco embraced the department's focus on the holistic development of students through enrichment programs?
Good morning, all. It's a pleasure to be here. First of all, we are constantly reminded by our minister and director to raise the standard of education within our district. Of course, our main focus is academic achievement. But of course, we are tasked with developing the whole child to prepare them for real-world experiences. So one way this is done is definitely through clubs. So at this, we realize the importance of clubs within the lives of our students. Being an administrator for over 15 years, I've firsthand seen the effects that clubs have on the young people as far as developing their leadership abilities, teaching them critical thinking skills, time management. So we take a holistic approach to the development because our main role as educational leaders is to prepare our young people to be nation builders and to be able to contribute to society once they leave the course of our schools. So definitely, from a district level, we definitely push for our kids, for every single child within our district to be a part of these clubs. I love our leaders today. Even in Parliament, at one point, they were actually in the same position now as our young people who are standing behind these administrators. So definitely want the best for our young people. We want proper development for our young people. So this is one way that we do so. So every school in our district, Patrick Bell will speak, Kat will speak in a few minutes, and you'll see the number of clubs that they have within their schools. And they're doing some awesome things within their schools.
I agree. Clubs are incredibly important, and you get to learn those leadership skills, those public speaking skills, those negotiation skills that you're going to take with you. Principal Chantel Cox, at the high school level, what has the response been from students to these enrichment programs?
Good morning, Chantel Cox, principal at Patrick J. Bethel High School. I can safely say that it has been a very positive acknowledgement and impact, because our students realize that it produces a sense of culture, and so we want to always strive to have a positive culture on campus. Children know that they are a part of an organization because the clubs foster a sense of family, and it allows the students to spread their wings. It gives them the opportunity to flourish in areas that they would not normally flourish in. And I know at Patrick J. Bethel, with the introduction of our 23 clubs last year, it helped us to more or less turn around or change the culture of Patrick J. Bethel, because students were able to then foster a sense of belonging. They were able to channel the somewhat negative energy into a positive space. And so we are so elated, and we have mandated that all of our students be a part of a club, because we also realize that not every child is academic, and so that child may not be able to shine with a 3-point or a perfect GPA. However, that child can service a community-based club, and they can also shine in that area.
I love it. I love that perspective. You said 23 clubs. That is quite a lot. I want to ask Ms. Janelle Smith, of all those programs, which programs have yielded the greatest impact on the students?
Good morning, everyone. I would say it would be our service-based programs, and we have 23 plus. This year, we may end up with 30 clubs. So I'm just putting that in there. But in terms of our service-based program, we have the Interact Club, and that is sponsored by the Rotary Club, and they put benches on our campus, and that was very much needed, and a shelter in the tuck shop area. And then we have the Anchor Club, and that is sponsored by the Pioneer Club. And I want you to hear how much community sponsorship we have in terms of clubs. So with the Pioneer Club, they donated a scanner system, and for us, to make sure our children are safe, which is a big, big help. And they also paved the parking lot, which has really, really been good. And finally, we have Key Club and Builders Club that is sponsored by Bahamas. And they do a lot of projects outside of the community, teaching the children how to be humble. We feed the elderly, we clean up the beach. And so our children are very, very active. And finally, sports, because we have the best, I probably think we have the best sports program in the whole of Bahamas. Not just the regular sporting program, but we also even have golf and tennis. That's right, we have everything. So our community-based programs and our sporting program will be having the most impact.
I love just hearing about such an active civic community. I'm like, who are these volunteers for 23 clubs? That is excellent. I want to go to Kaden and Venetia. Can you share with us the programs that you feel have had the greatest impact on you personally?
Good morning, this is Kaden Hotel, and in my personal experience, I feel as if the Bay Club has had the most impact on me so far because the Bay Club has developed, it challenged me to step out of my comfort zone and become a more better public speaker, which I'm doing right now. And it allows me to interpret and analyze important topics going on in the world today and to be able to present information that I gathered. And also, I would like to speak about sports like basketball, volleyball, and baseball, because sports teach us all competitiveness. And I feel as if that competitiveness translates over to our schoolwork, because in sports, when you lose, you want to work harder just to win. But that translates over to our schoolwork, because in school, when you get a bad grade, you want to study harder and work harder just so you can do better and be to the top of the class.
I love that.
Venetia. Good morning, my name is Venetia Guido, and I believe that Girl Guides has been the most innovative club for me because it not only brings girls together in a safe and welcoming space, but it also brings out confidence in us because it has many activities for us to do to come together as not only community and also with our peers.
I love it. So great to hear. Now I'm going to take it over to Principal Glendina Mills. I apologize. What have been some of the benefits of the enrichment programs on the primary school?
A pleasant good morning. Well, I'm definitely in awe of the ministry's theme of every child counts. And because we understand that, we have programs that cater to our children academically. We have programs for the sports that cater to them physically. We have cultural programs as well as civic programs. So with that wide spectrum on categories of programs, our children have many choices to choose from, catering to the whole child. Again, an emphasis on every child counts. So the child who is academically inclined may lean toward the spelling bee club. The child with the civic-minded child would move maybe toward, and the cultural-minded child toward the Junkanoo and the drama club. The sports child definitely go into soccer and basketball and all of that. And so we're definitely impressed with our 13+ programs at Central Abaco Primary School. We held our club fair 2 weeks ago, and the children were truly excited to start the programs.
And speaking of, I'd like to hear from Justice, Isaac, and Alexander. What programs do you feel have had the most impact on you thus far?
Justice? Go ahead, Justice.
Good morning, my name is Justice DeCosta, and
Speak louder.
I go to K-Kids, Spelling Bee, and Bookworm Club. I feel like Spelling Bee has had the most impact on me because not only it has helped me to spell, but it has also helped me to write bigger words and paragraphs, stories, etc., and also build up my vocabulary.
Awesome. Come on. Hey.
Good morning, my name is Isaac Bain, and I feel like soccer has had the most impact on me physically as it builds up my body and gets me fit. Also spiritually, as every day after school at 4 o'clock, he prays with the entire soccer club.
Alexander? You can speak.
My name is Alexander Davis, and I am in soccer. I feel like soccer has had the most impact on me because I am a very smart student, the top of my class, but not very athletic. So I try to get into athletic clubs so I could become not only smart, but also athletic.
Awesome.
I love that. And I want to go to Ms. Wallace. What systems are in place to continue the holistic development of students?
Well, we have many systems in place to develop our children spiritually, mentally, and physically. And you would hear from our kids that they are elated about the clubs that we have offered at the school. Our school, 90% of our students, they attend Patrick Battle upon graduating from our school. And so to piggyback of what Patrick Battle does, we prep them at the primary school level, because many of these clubs are also offered at the higher level and it is displayed in their classwork. This is displayed with them showing collaboration and teamwork on the fields, and that competitive edge, like what Master Caden would have said, that transcends from the fields into their classwork. And we are not only developing leaders within games and in academics, we are making creating global citizens, 21st century citizens, movers and shakers at Central Abaco Primary. Soaring Eagles.
I have to say that the future of Abaco is looking incredibly bright. I want to say kudos to all of you teachers, administrators, and again, I know they're not pictured here, but there have to be a lot of volunteers who are involved in making these clubs happen. I want to say kudos to you on tapping into the individual genius. You know, like you said, some kids may not be good at certain subjects, but when you tap into that real gift that they have, that's where their genius shines. Everybody's a genius at something, and I want to say kudos to you for drawing that out. And thank you so much for joining us this morning to tell us all about what's happening.
Thank you for
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Join us for Exuma Business Outlook, October 17th at Grand Isle Resort. Find out what is driving positive change for the future of Exuma. Keynote speaker MP for Exuma and Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper. Engage with panelists and presenters on better outcomes for the economy, business development, sustainable infrastructure, airports and airlift, technology, and more. Register today at tclevents.com.
Well, it has been a fantastic Friday here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Just so excited to hear about the developments happening in Abaco by way of education and I guess the holistic experience as it relates to education. I'm so excited for Shakespeare in Paradise. Definitely want to be there this weekend.
You know,
I don't know what we do. How do we celebrate National or World Tourism Day?
You gotta go and say hi to a tourist today. And it could be an international or domestic tourist. You know, show them the hospitality that Bahamas has been known for. You know, let them cross the street without, I know they don't always cross on the crosswalk, but let them cross the road, man. Say something nice to a tourist, teach them something new. You can run into them somewhere. There's me everywhere. You see them lost somewhere over the hill, just tell them it's safe, it's fine, it's okay. You could show them some good places, show them where to get some good food. But yeah, I would say plan to also be a tourist yourself. Enjoy your country. Travel this weekend. And
I would say, apparently we're going to Abaco. Everything cool is happening. Or Exuma. Exactly. But we'll be in Exuma for the Outlook, so we can hold that off for a little while.
Have a great weekend, everybody. See you on Monday. Stay safe.